today. From Seattle, Washington, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. I had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And I think that everyone is looking forward to seeing Drew Lock take the next step in the quarterback evolutionary process. Decision-making is something that he's working on improving because he's got plenty of arm and makes excellent off-platform throws. What he's seeking now? To be consistent in all of his processes.
He's got a first down past the 30 and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake, and here's Lock. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lock. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. From 17 yards out. And the Seahawks are on the board here first in the season opener. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
Terrific running there to start the drive, as that's going to go for 15 and a quick first down as well.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash.
Touchdown, Jaguars! A great effort there. 60 yards. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
When the holding penalty sets him back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got it with the 15. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. It's a big play there for Seattle.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. On play action, lock. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. Flag down. Let's see if this will stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Just a 4-play drive that time, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we see James. He will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. And this will be a Jaguars 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. Right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Second down at 4. Now Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. That's ball.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Here's 2nd and 10. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. On 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll find Jones again. Complete. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Lawrence will throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Lawrence. This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. From 8 yards out, and the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't.
And a nice spin into some open field. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 36 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Shotgun snap to Locke. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks on just 2 plays have taken the lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll push his way forward to about the 32. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Now they try the right side here. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. That's James. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. James has got it, complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, Lawrence only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Now Lawrence to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away from the 10. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
his kick is absolutely perfect. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona. And it's the Steelers out in front in the second quarter. The Steelers looking for the win on the road in Week 1. From there, we'll head east to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. The Panthers able to start the season off on the right foot as they get the win at home in their season opener. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. The Rams start the campaign 1-0 with the road victory. In the game you're watching, it's been Drew Lock with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville offense ready to go back to work. And, Charles, we look at the performance so far. 3 touchdown passes. Been pretty good, but they're losing.
You start with the positive, exactly as you stated. The 3 touchdown passes he's already thrown. You see them here getting it done. But the rest of the team, as well as himself, they've got to figure out what it's going to take to try and rally themselves back into the lead.
Absolutely. They've got to find a way to turn it around. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
First play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And to give this time to the tailback. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Lawrence to throw. Flushed out right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
And the Jaguars send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They fake the handoff, now Locke. He'll buy some time right. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's ball. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5 now. Lawrence. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Play action. Now it's Locke. Rolling to his right. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks send out their punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And now out come the Jags. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back them up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game, 1st and 15. Now Locke. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that is going to put them up by one, and it sets us up for quite a finish here. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down by 1. And time, a huge factor. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. Lock. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. That's going to be a first down. Well done. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Missed tackles may doom this team.
I just had a bad flashback. That's why I'm sitting up here with you right now. You've got to tackle him inbounds. You've got to wrap him up.
Now Lock. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Lock. They'll roll him out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Lock to throw. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. This from 55 yards out. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. This from 55 yards out. And no, wide left. It's no good. And a tough finish to this one. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Jacksonville, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the 1-point victory here in the opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.